How important is Greenland? Going to show you a number of maps here to give you a bit of a history lesson and also what the president's talking about, what the European powers are talking about. Remember, our show, America's Newsroom, almost 2 years ago, we went well above the Arctic Circle into an area north of Alaska. Here's Greenland right off the coast of Canada. We were over here in the Beaufort Sea with the U.S. Navy. As you see on the map, Greenland's a lot closer to North America than it is to our European partners in NATO. Over here, the size of Greenland. Brazil is 3.2 million square miles. Massive country, but Greenland is the largest island in the world at 836,000 square miles. Relative to California, it's much larger, with California at 163,000 miles, if you're able to put that into your mind. Come over here. I'm just going to show you a few things here. I know there's a lot of moving parts on this map. Think about two things right now when I talk about this. This is Russia, right? Every red dot is a Russian Arctic base. Every green dot is a NATO Arctic base, primarily U.S. here, and a few with NATO and the U.S. in Greenland. The early warning system, it lines the northern part of Canada. Now, what the Russian submarines and the Russian Navy has done, and by the way, the Russians, they lead the world in icebreakers. They have nuclear-powered icebreakers, which means if they're at sea and they want to stay afloat and out on sea, they can do that because they're powered with nuclear power behind them. The United States is well behind on this effort, trying to catch up. Why would you need a nuclear-powered icebreaker? This is the Northwest Passage. That's what we use. It's tricky, right? But when it gets frozen when it gets frozen for most of the year and it thaws a little bit in July, a little bit more in August, and some in mid-September, you can transit through this area. But what the Russian submarines have been doing for quite some time, you see the gap noted here and the Bear Gap here? That goes between Greenland and Iceland. It goes between Iceland and the UK. And this is what the NATO powers are worried about with regard to Russia and the growing influence of China in the Arctic region. Here's another map for you, all right? Washington, D.C. to the capital city of Nuuk in Greenland, 2,000 miles. Moscow in Russia to the capital city of Greenland, 2,000 miles. Denmark somewhat closer at 1,800 miles, just to give you a sense of relativity. See all these lines on the map over here? If you were to get into a conflict with Russia and China, intercontinental ballistic missiles would not travel this way around the world, or even this way. The shortest distance between two lines, right? It's a straight line between two places, and Greenland sits between Moscow and Russia, perhaps Beijing and China, and this is what the president's been emphasizing. You need that area, he argues, in order to put your future space golden dome in Greenland to prevent the threat of Russia and eventually China, perhaps, down the road if you were to get into a conflict. So that's the argument he makes.
An explanation, and the maps were very, very helpful.
I appreciate that, to our team putting all that together.
Yeah.
And then, Dana, you get into the argument of natural resources and what's there. Remember the other day we said when Seward's Folly did the deal with Russia in 1870, they did not discover gold in Alaska until 20 years later.
Right.
So who knows what's in Greenland beneath that ice? 2/3 of that island lies beneath the Arctic Circle.
I thought that was an excellent explanation. Thank you for doing that.
You got it. Professor Hemmer is on call.
Great. Well, now everyone's going to be calling you for that map today.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.
डॉगी डॉगी छोटा साथी सुबह सुबह ही करने आंगन पहरा दूध की कटोरी रोटी का टुकड़ा खुश हो जाता मिल जाए बस चेहरा डॉगी डॉगी ताली बजाओ डॉगी डॉगी ऊंचा ऊंचा डॉगी डॉगी घूमो जरा डॉगी डॉगी मुस्काओ जरा जा